All right. Well, back at her tonight. It's been, I think, been almost a week since I've worked on this here. So I'm just gonna do a bit of a review of what all been working on here with it's the budgeting app Kippos, and we'll just take a peek around, see where we're at. All right, let's get things opened up. Well, we got a bunch of overdue items here. Okay, so this is where we're at here. So this is Kippos so far. So far, we've built in our main dashboard, which shows your overdue items, today items, tomorrow, upcoming, and so on. You can load another week. Probably should, like as I'm clicking this here and I'm just seeing, so you click on this and it loaded another week, but it isn't really that obvious that anything happened. Like it does update the date here, but it'd probably be better to show, I don't know, either some kind of animation or just something that makes it obvious that we did actually load in another week, other than just a small date change here. So that would probably be good to do at some point. Our forecast should be all working here. So if I add like a balance of 1500, you can go into the future, see where all your forecasted balances will be at. I don't think that's working correctly. It looks like we're having way more items here than we actually have here. So some work probably needs to be done on this. You know what? It would actually also be good to save that balance so that I don't have to enter it every time I return to this page. So that's a bit annoying. Budget, we got this set up here, just basic. Now, I'm pretty sure these calculations aren't working correctly, but we can go back and forth in time, see what our budgets look like, and we got our categories showing. The calculation for the categories for each month, total in and out. Want to clean some of this up. I don't like how this arrow bounces around here. I should be able to keep my mouse in the same spot and just keep clicking. I have to move around here. That's not ideal. And then that clicking on the month takes us back to the current month. Categories, we got our categories here, which then we can click on and see items that are under those categories. Can we edit? We didn't edit. We did that. And new item. Whoops. New item is working. And then this whole page will be overhauled once I start working on, just cleaning this all up. It's like having to pick your icon like this. That's not ideal at all. It would also be nicer to have big buttons for your in and out directions and so on. So definitely some UI stuff to work on still, but we got a lot of the main functionality in place. So I'm going to just open up my task list here. Hide my screen for a sec. Let's throw this over here. 4. Okay, so Kippos, and then let's show my screen. All right, so month budget, that's what we're working on right now. So what I think I added an item here. So categories should be clickable and go to category with items for that month. Okay, so for example here, when you're in your budget, you want to be able to click on your category, and then it should show you items only for that specific month. That's kind of what I want to do here, so that you get a good idea of what's actually happening on that month, for all those items under each category. And yeah, and then probably would want to retain, be able to click back and forth into the future or into the past for that category as well. So I'm not going to jump into that quite yet. Let's just clean up this button here a bit. And yeah. Okay. All right, so let's head over to here. Bunch of changes that I haven't committed yet. Let's go into our budget index. Budget index. All right, and so what we want to do is clean up this button. So what should we do here? I don't know if maybe make these buttons like a white background or something. Let's just see what that looks like. BG white, and then we'll go rounded, large, shadow, add some height and width. Go height 8, width 8. We'll want to center our icon in there, so it's reflects, justify, center, items, center. See what that looks like here. Okay. I'm good with that. Let's do the same over here. The other arrow. And you know what? Probably the same thing for this. The month name. Get rid of this. Add some padding. Oops. Actually, let's set a min width. So let's go min width, or even just the width, because we want it to stay the same size. So let's go 32. It's gonna be too small for some months, I think. September is our longest month. Yeah, November. Okay, so let's go maybe 36. Even a little more. 42. Okay, 42 isn't valid. Too much. 40. Okay, so that should be good for all our months. Let's take a look at what that looks like on mobile, though. Is that going to be too wide? Yeah, it is too wide. We can wrap that. See what that looks like. Flex wrap. No, that's not where we wanted that. Go here, flex wrap. And then let's stick a gap in there of 4 maybe. Okay. That works. And And we're good here too on desktop. So let's add some hover effects here. Hover, BG, teal, maybe 100. Add a transition. You're gonna go 5 and then go hover text white. Let's see what that looks like. Okay. Do the same here. You know, I don't think we need this span, so let's get rid of that. Delete there and add a class to the link. And delete that. Don't say I love it, but it's doing the trick. I can always clean those things up. It'd almost be nice to, on hover, change it to say back to current month. Okay, so what do you need to do that? Let's probably want to create a block here, stick it inside the link, grab this out, and then this. Then also we'll go span and say back to current. Now that might be too wide, but let's try it out. And we'll go here, we'll say class hidden, then hover inline, and then here we'll go class hover hidden. Okay. Get rid of we need to get rid of no, we probably need to make this a group actually, so let's go group and we'll go group hover. Okay, that actually works for sizing as well. So it just says back to current, and then we should only do that though if we're not on the current month. So let's go if budget month, so we'll go unless budget month equals. So what would we, do we have a method here for our current month? Let's take a look. I'm thinking probably not. Go to budget, whoops. Budget. So let's make one that says current month. And we need to go date here, and it will be date dot today, I believe. We can use that. Now we'll use that. So unless budget month equals budget current month. Okay, let's see what's going on here. So if we go budget equals budget new and our date dot today. So go budget dot month. Go budget. So the problem is actually giving us a day. That is our problem. So what do we need to do here? We need to change these so that it's only going to return the current month. Let's go. That's not going to work. Probably just need to go beginning of month. Set these all to the beginning of the month, and then we'll be fine. Beginning of month. And we don't even need to do this because we just did that up there. So when we initialize, it'll actually do that for us. So the current month, previous month, next month should go to our beginning of month. Let's see. Still not working the way we want it to here. Reload that. Budget dot month, and then if I go budget dot current month, okay, because it's returning our whole. So I need to go. So it's not an actual equal comparison. So these should actually be, what really these are doing is this, it's previous month budget, next month budget. Change that, or what can I do here? I can just compare it to the right thing here. So instead of going budget month, I can go budget equals, yeah. So we got budget, and then if I go budget current month, so same date but it's actual different object. So let's go actually change this back to month and do this. So this should get the date object. Okay, so that's doing what we want there. And then I need to also only do this hover effect Or maybe even not even just let's do this. So just not make it a link if it's the current month. So let's go like this. We'll go like this, go else. So if it's not the current month, then we'll have a link. If it is the current month, grab this. Class, paste that in. Get rid of these hover effects here. And then just call this our current month. Okay, let's see if that works now. All right, good. Okay, and we're on the current month, and it doesn't let us click. Good. But if we are not on the current month, we can return back. Okay. So that cleans that up a bit here. Now, to deal with these calculations. So I think part of the issue is, even here, our calculations are wrong. So we're not even necessarily wrong, but our query seems to be wrong. It's not loading unless we just have a cutoff. What is our cutoff for how many we're loading? Let's go to our forecast controller. Right now, it looks like we are loading everything. We'll want to page that. Yeah, so we're loading all unpaid items, which is what we want, but I mean, eventually we'll want to page it so it's not going to go infinitely into the future. But that I will deal with later. I'm gonna keep on this here. So, well, let's just see. What are our numbers looking at? So we have paychecks are showing 4,000, on category 0 under income. So in and out on this side is showing an equal value to that. So that looks okay. But our expenses, let's see, 144, 287. Yeah, that's actually okay. So maybe our calculations are okay. Should also have a net. So let's add that. Call this totals. This. Let's go month net. We'll just grab month income minus month expenses net and go month net. All right, good. Let's add some spacing above here. Let's go margin top, maybe 4. Let's go bold. Let's capitalize or uppercase. And add some color for if it's positive or negative. So let's go to our budget helper. And we'll go number color. Just go like that. And we'll say if number is greater. Well, say if so with 0, probably want to just return black. So yeah, let's just go if number is greater than 0. Go text teal 500 else if number is less than 0, text red 500, and then plug this in right here. Number color and budget month net. What? We're missing that. We're missing that. Okay. There we go. So it shows green if we're positive and red if it's negative. So it's good. Put anything 0? Good. And black if it's at 0. So that's exactly what we want there. So see some of these other calculations. So 0 in income, 50 in expenses, and that's adding up right over here. All right. Okay, so that's good. The next thing you can do now is to make these categories clickable. And then basically what probably should just happen is if a parameter is set for a date for a month, then we'll just use the same view as these categories so that it will basically just render all these items. So render all these items, and then it would filter it by month if there is a month set. So let's start by making these clickable. Okay, that's good. Uncategorized. Not going to deal with that yet. Ideally, yeah, you could see anything that's not categorized if you click on it. That's a different view that I haven't set up. We basically need a items. So we don't have a category just like nil. We're not going to be able to do that. So get to that a bit later. Now, let's pass a parameter. So we'll go category path, and we'll go category, and then we'll also add in the month, budget, month string. What is that one? Use it up here. So what is it? It's the link to. So it's just next. So it's the month, and then we're just even here date string. Date string. So when I click on this, we have the parameter here now for the month. Let's go and address that in our category controller. So we'll say okay, so we do have a scope already made for our month, so let's use that. Okay, so this should only give us items for January. For sorting, I probably want it reversed here because it's going from... Actually, it's not sorting properly at all. So let's go order by payment date. And I don't know if this category has... Okay, it does. So it does have categories for February, so that's good. And it's working. If I go to February, it only shows me February, so that's good. Let's see if our button here is working properly. Let's go to bills. Good. So let's now also, within our category view, let's make this instance variable here so we can use it. Category view, and what should we do? So we want to say something like just the month name if the month is here. Month dot. Try putting this over top of it. Messes up the alignment. That will also mess up the flex there. Just want to do this. Better. Font bold, maybe? No. Semi-bold. Oh. It's regular, probably. Okay. So it shows you that you're only looking at January. Probably would be nice to be able to click through the different months. Maybe even let's go like this. Let's go link to category. And this is add a X here. So FAX. I don't know if that's what it is. We might have to change that. Way too big. Text extra small. Okay, maybe say circle X. The prettiest, but it's gonna do a job here, so I think that's okay. And if we click on it, it's gonna show us everything. So maybe what I'll do is, instead of doing text gray, let's go BG gray. Not for the whole thing. Wrap this and that in line. Let's see. Better, and then text white. Okay, you know what? This and like this. Okay, and we can also add some padding in there. P by 1 px2. Way too much. Let's just try without that and then round it. It's too dark. Maybe if we go background 200 and then go text black, light. It's better though. Then also a bit of margin underneath this. All right. Kind of a small little button. Wonder if I should make this the whole thing clickable. Okay. Well, it does the job. Might actually shrink the text here. Let's go text small. Text small here. Okay. That's decent. All right, well, I think that kind of tackles these main features of the budget. I'm going to commit these changes. One thing I'm noticing is click back and forth between certain pages. When the scroll bar appears and disappears, you get a bit of a the heading placement changes a bit here, and even the placement of where the page titles are. So like it because the page is just slightly wider. So what I want to do is have the scroll bar always there, so you don't have this like slight shift. So go to application, and we'll go overflow Y scroll. I believe that will keep our scroll bar all the time, and there we go. So it has this spacing for the scroll bar, even though the scroll bar is not there, and it should. And we've eliminated that shifting of the layout, so that's better. All right, I'm gonna click this off. We're done that. Budget's done. Budget calculations seem to be working good. So, I guess the other thing was, what was I noticed here was the forecast. The forecast is not showing all of our items correctly. See if our ordering looks like it's there. It's ordering properly by date. Are we only getting unpaid items? Is that the issue? Could be. So let's go to forecast controller. Yeah, there we go. Well, no, we want all unpaid items. Because if it's overdue, it's unpaid. So what's our earliest item here? We have January 12th. Actually, our ordering for overdue is really messed up here. So let's take a look at that. Okay, so we have it ordering by direction first. But we also need it ordering by payment date first. That should fix this. There we go. No, not quite. That's interesting. Okay, so we're doing status. Let's get rid of. We're not on here. Let's go back to our item index, our item controller. So we're just using the scope. We're not doing any ordering to it. And here we only have payment date. I'm wondering if these items don't have a payment date. Because some of these might have been created before. Yeah, that's weird. Did we just lose a bunch here? Might be some weird bugginess happening, or is it just repeating items? 15th, 15th. Okay, so that's what's happening. We're getting repeated items. So why would that be? So we're going to count of 3. 1, 2, 3, and then it repeats 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So the query is correct, but we're rendering things 3 times for some reason here. Oh, I see. Okay, so it's because of the way we're actually just it's a redundant loop there. There we go. Because this is acting as it, I mean, Rails is reading that as basically doing this because we're passing in the whole collections. If I want to use this, I should be doing that. Just specifying the partial name and not. But this is just basically like a shorthand way. Oops. We can omit the loop. All right, good. So let's go and say fix this overdue rendering and ordering. Fix layout shifting when scroll bar disappears. Well, let's see where we're at with the other tasks that I had here. So items new. So work on that UI. Adding breadcrumbs throughout the application will be helpful for just ease of getting around. So in a category, indicate if an item is paid or unpaid. That would be helpful. View for paid items also would be helpful. And an ability to edit icons on an item. Okay. Just trying to think, is there anything else that I've come across tonight that I should be adding to this list? Could make it, scrollable where you can go back and forth through months. I'm going to leave that just because this is just easier functionality at the moment. Not that that's that difficult really, but I'm going to leave that for now. So we can just delete that filter. Okay, forecast, the balance should persist. And I'm gonna do that next. And aside from that, these are a lot of the main features of this app. I'm gonna review my version 1 of this app and just see if there's anything else I'm missing. But I'm gonna do that off stream. And then from there, once these main things are done, it'll be on to payment processing. So like hooking up with Stripe to be able to handle subscriptions. And then also user editing. So you can go in and edit your email and your password. Time zone editing. And then from there onto deployment. So my plan for deploying this is I'm going to use either DigitalOcean or Hetzner. I've used Hetzner a few times for Rails, and with the new deployment, Kamal. That's what I'm looking for here. So I've used this once or twice, and it really makes things simple. It's quite nice. So I'm going to use Kamal to deploy to Hetzner or DigitalOcean. We'll run through all of that, but that'll be done after I have the Stripe integration in place. For Stripe integration, I'm going to be using Stripe's, like their pre-made checkout pages, and then I'll need to set up webhooks for that, so that anytime someone subscribes, it then hits the internal API, our internal API here, and basically be able to update subscription statuses and so on. And that will be a fairly simple approach to that, without having to like go and build our own checkouts and things like that. It'll take a bit of work though. And yeah, then on to deployment. So getting towards the end of this project here, the UI stuff is going to probably be a little bit more time consuming with the updating our item new page, because I'm going to, like I was saying earlier, I just have an item selector. It won't be too bad actually, because I'm going to use turbo streams for, even turbo frames actually will probably work pretty decently for this, and be able to just use the same new page and render things based on selections. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that for tonight, and we'll pick up from here on the next stream. All right, see you next time.